Hey y'all, welcome to my garden. I want to do a garden tour for August. This is my fifth season, I would say COVID-19, so seasoning, sixth season gardening. My garden has expanded so much. I am in zone 7B, well, zone 8B. I guess the zones changed, but I have extended my garden. I have flowers, I have vegetables, I have a couple different things, but this month I am taking out my garden for the summer and preparing to put in my fall garden. Some of my things I already have in my fall garden because they were self-seeded, like my collards. I left them in over the season and they seeded themselves. So I have a couple of collard plants that I'm not going to take out, but everything else I'm going to be doing kind of medium size. I won't say a large harvest, but like a medium size harvest. I want to bring you guys along and show you what the garden is looking like in August and preparing to pull it out for some fall gardening. I do love fall gardening. The mosquitoes. Hopefully they will be gone. Like, that's most of our biggest fight is the mosquitoes. So I'm going to turn y'all around and let y'all see what I have going on. This is my greenhouse. It look bad right now, so y'all probably won't see that today, but I just want to give y'all a quick rundown of everything and let y'all see what I have going on. Come harvest with me. Yeah, I do apologize. My garden is like in the in-between stages. At my fire pit area, I have some stuff that I'm pulling out, the tomato plants, and I'm trying to keep them covered from the rain from getting wet. But a lot of my stuff is looking tired and worn, hence my roses. My counters, tiger stripe counter lilies, I love those, but a lot of things the sun has just like beat up on. So I'll just give y'all a quick little view. Y'all can see what I mean. So I have a hydrangea that I need to put in the ground. Some cannas that I started from seed. I just threw a bunch of seeds in there. Some dahlias. I don't think that I'm going to regrow these. Like, they were not my favorite. The color was pretty, but they were not big enough to do like flower arrangements or anything. So that one I don't think I'm going to grow anymore. My green beans are plentiful. Y'all will see me pick those today. Some more dahlias. These have not flowered for me, so I don't know, what that's going to be about. And this is the harvest that I already have. I have some zinnias, some counter flowers, and some dahlias that I grabbed to put on the table. Some lemon balm and mint, green beans, basil. Y'all know what these are, the hottest peppers ever. Some reapers, a couple of cucumbers, okra, and some peppers. So that is today's harvest, y'all. Look at the garden real quick. I do need to get in here and do some things. A lot of things. But my peppers still look good. These are the reapers that I just showed y'all. This is another dahlia. I don't know what it's going to do. But I just threw in a bunch of dahlias and stuff. I do see a flower to try to keep the pollinators in. But I don't think I'm going to keep that one either because I just don't like it. Like the ones that I showed y'all with the long stem, those back there, love those. I love all the ones with the long stem. So I think those are going to be the ones that I keep, and the rest can go like in the front yard garden or something, or flower bed, I should say. This is a pepper. A lot of peppers volunteered. A couple I grabbed from the store. This was a volunteer. My peppers were in this bed last year, and a couple of them volunteered over there, and I took them out and put them in this bed. This one has not given me any peppers yet. I don't even know what kind it is. There is a habanada, a jalapeno. Yep, jalapeno. So it's like the jalapeno, but it's not hot. Don't know what that one is. That one is a bell. This one hasn't given me any peppers yet, so I'm waiting to see. This is some stuff that I need to pour out, some tomatoes, but I didn't take them all the way out because look at there. I want to collect seeds. I want to collect seeds from some of these. So I have pulled some stuff out, but I just have not taken it out. This is my okra bed. This is the second year that I've done okra right here. I may move it only because I don't like crawling around okra. Like last year it got so tall. It was so tall I was like having to bend the stalks. So this year I cut them off, and I'm hoping to get like little side shoots. Now provided this okra patch has given me plenty of okra. This year and last year, plenty of okra. This whole bed right here were tomatoes. I have since pulled a bunch of them up. This is a dahlia that I do love, and will save those seeds. Hopefully I get the same one, don't know. But that is one that I do love. It's a dark colored dahlia. So this whole row was tomatoes, and it needs some work done on it. So this one will probably, we put this in about maybe 2 years ago. So it has like some structural issues. So I'll be fixing on it this fall. This is where I did some corn at. And y'all, I've been looking at Robbie's channel, and I believe that I have the jumping worms he keeps talking about. I don't want to claim them, but the way some of my soil looks definitely gives jumping worms. But that's another story. So this is another okra bed. This is the burgundy okra. Yeah, I got aphids, but I have saw the ladybugs on there eating those up. So I thank God for that. Take care of those. This is my thornless blackberry bush bed. Like last year I got so overwhelmed with it, I just cut it down. This year it was like, I'm gonna show you something. So I put an arch right here, and it has covered the arch. I don't even know if you can see it, but it covered the arch, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I know you get the blackberries off the new canes and all of that, so I'm gonna try to like weave them in after I cut everything else down and see what it's doing. But I don't like feeling tight and chaotic and stuff. And that right there, yeah, this right here is gonna have to be reworked. I've been cutting on this. It's not mine, but I've been cutting on it, trying to keep it from coming over in my garden. Look at that ladybug. It was just on me. I put the fence up here thinking, okay, it can't get through the fence. It has climbed over the fence, and it's providing like too much shade for my garden. So this year I have been cutting on it. You see, I cut some of it out right there, but I do have strawberries. I have strawberries growing down here in this bed. I mean, it's a tight bed, so I figured strawberries, you know, would do good down here. So we're going to see about that. This is my almighty eucalyptus tree. It was another one, and I thought it would be a good idea to transplant it and put it in a pot. Was not a good idea. My baby died, so this is the only one that I have left right now. I do want to do some kind of training to it and prune it back and see what, if I can get it like bushier or something. But that's a task for later. This, my daughter planted this watermelon. My daughter planted this watermelon, and it is a yellow seeded watermelon. Her or my son, one of them. So they arguing over which one done it. I don't care which one done it. All I know is taking over this bed, and I just saw it has a little watermelon on there. They'll be happy to know that. But it's, look, it's going all into the blackberries and everything. It's crazy. So I have some herbs down here that I need to cut back. I had herbs in all my bed. Most of them I have cut back, but that one, it's time for me to take that one out. I took out a bunch of the other ones, but yeah, I think it's time to take those out as well. This is a new one this year. It is a ghost pepper, and it is just as big as that Reaper. I didn't know, you know, peppers be getting so big, but look at that. Yeah. And so I already got that Reaper on my hand. Like, I touched my ear just feel like I put mentholatum. Feel like I put some kind of cooler agent in my ear. Like, it's so hot. So that's also taking over. I see another watermelon. Y'all, they're gonna be so happy. There you go. Look at that little baby. Oh, cute. So look at my rosemary. My whole rosemary bush has been taken over between the watermelon, the pepper, and the blackberries. So I've been cutting on that. That's that strawberry patch. This was tomatoes. I just pulled these out like last week. That's what's up under there. Hopefully I get some time to put that in the bag and get that out of here. This is the dahlia that I cut. This is one that I did say I love. So I will be keeping those for next year. Really, really pretty. This is a patch of lemon balm, and I have actually harvested some of this because I'm going to drink lemon balm tea tonight. This is some mint. Now, I know you're not supposed to put mint in the bed, so that will come out this year. But they were little starts from the school. The school have like a agricultural program, and so I grabbed some of those from the school along with that basil. This whole thing was tomatoes, and it was crazy. So took that out as well. That's the other side of the okra bed. This is my arch that has been taken over by green beans. So I've been harvesting most of the stuff in hopes to pull everything really soon. Like, look at my lavender. This lavender is probably about 3-4 years old, so I'm probably going to pull that this year and put in some more. These are 2 pepper plants that volunteered. Don't know what they are. Hopefully they give me some peppers. This is another dahlia. It has not flowered. Don't know what it is. And what I noticed is it looked like that I need to stake the dahlias up some type of way. So I think that was half of my problem. Look at that little bee. So next year I will be staking it up. Hey, friend. Okay. So that's the greenhouse. I will not dare to take y'all in right now, but you will get a tour later. Looking back over here, this is my grapevine flower bed and my raised bed garden. So let's go in here and see. Alright, I have a little sitting area with a dahlia and some tomatoes that I need to do something with. I gotta get the seeds out, y'all. Please forgive me. This is very impromptu, but I wanted to show y'all before, I start pulling everything out and it be gone again another season. Y'all, literally, I have been trying to do this for like years, and I just can't, every year I be like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna, do my garden tour, show my garden, but I get so carried away with who gonna hold the camera. Like, I just need to do it, but between me and the camera and doing what I need to just go ahead and do, like, I be feeling like that's taking up too much time. But I do want to show y'all my garden. I do want y'all to come in with me, help me out. Like, I don't know everything, but I've been gardening the last 6 years since COVID. This was our COVID project, me and the kids, and it has evolved so much just on like YouTube, watching y'all. So thank y'all. Watching y'all and just trying to learn from like TikTok and stuff. So I do appreciate what I'm getting from everybody. And so I'm gonna try to do better, y'all. I'm gonna try to do good. I'm try to be in here with y'all. So y'all help me out and subscribe, like, share, help me get my numbers up, help people, see me so I can get some help. So this is a collard, that is a collard, and they were all right here in the rocks. I had my collard plant back there that I let go to seed last season, and it threw seeds all right here in my fire pit. I had put some burner in my fire pit, and it gave me a bunch of collard seeds. And so these are the seedlings. This is my big basil. Love these. They have done so good. I can't wait for them to go to seed so I can harvest the seeds and have this again next year. I got those from the school, I believe, as well. This is a tomato plant. I could not bring myself to pull this one out because if you know, you know, sun gold, sun sugar tomatoes are life. And I want them everywhere. The only thing is, like, after a while, I feel like you have to have so many plants of them already started because after a while, the bugs and stuff get to them. But this one has done really good, and the ones that I have gotten off of here are really delicious. So we're gonna keep that one around for a little bit. Let's see what we can do with that. This is another collar. And all I did was dug them out the rocks from right here, y'all, and put them in the bed. There's one tump back there. But I just tucked them in where I could to see if they would survive. And as y'all see, yeah. Hopefully this heat don't last too long. But if they do go to seed, I will keep the seed and I'll start over again. Definitely not a big deal. This is some strawberries that we got out of a flower pot that somebody donated to us. That's another one. The strawberries are really, really delicious. This is some lavender that I grew from seed. Started all the way back in February. I made a video I never posted. But I made a video of me starting these and they have taken off. That's why I said I'm going to pull out that other lavender and put these in because I already have some. Also, this is some sage that I did from seed. I didn't harvest any sage today. So come back and do that. These are the other green beans. I have gotten so many green beans, y'all. They're so good. So this is just how this bed looking. Another little patch of green beans. And some collards, some tomatoes, a bunch of tomatoes seeded right here. The same way, just like that, self-seeded. These are some that I need to pull seeds out of. Y'all, it's crazy, but this is real life. Like, this be for real. This is real life. This is my, when I need a little break from this heat. Okay, also my grapes are right there, so I snack on the grapes. But this is a very, very cool area in my garden that I love. This is my citronella, keep the mosquitoes away, which don't really help, but it is there. These are my grapes, and we got them off the clearance rack, so I don't know what kind of grapes they really are, but I know they are small and purple, really, really sweet. And the aphids and the ants has taken over. It looked like looking at it, looked like the ladybugs they came and done a little job on it because it was much worse than this. Much worse. There go a piece I need to put back up. But I've been so scared to touch it, y'all, because I be out here in the yard, but just to be touching like aphids and ants and stuff. Ants I do, but these, it kind of disgusts me, that look. So I haven't put up the grapes, hence they are growing out on the counters and everything. This one, I started these from seed too. I really just sprinkled like some seed from my aunt's house off of hers. What happened to this one? Dang, I don't know what happened to that. But I just took the seeds off of some and brought them home and sprinkled them right there because I didn't feel like potting them up, trying to start them and all that. So I just threw them on the ground, put some dirt over them, and voila, we have cannas. So this is the area I see back here. This is the creek I done last year. No food, just plants. Just plants, y'all. But I love it so much. Oh, look at that frog. Boy, he's scared the mess out of me. I ain't gonna tell you no story. This is a sunflower that I need to take out. All the other sunflowers I have pulled, but the yellow finch, they love the sunflower. And so I just can't bring myself to take them all out. But this is the last one that I have left in so that I can still see the finches. They are so beautiful. All of this has grown in from last year. I hand dug it. It's not deep at all. Very, very shallow. The water is off right now. But very shallow. And I threw it together in about 2 days. The rocks I came in, just gathered some rock from around and really just threw it together. And within, from last season to this season, this is what I have. These are my banana trees. The mother plant has given me bananas a couple of times, which was right there before. I had a pool right here. It was already circled, so I used it as a fire pit, and rebuilt it up. But I had the banana plants all around, so I just took them out and put them right there. Put one right here, and I try to keep them like limped down, and you know, just a couple of stalks because they had taken over and I was so scared of it. So yeah, now I try to keep it in order. But this is what I have of that. Up under there are the sunflowers and tomatoes that I have dug out the garden. These are some other tomatoes that I'm saving seeds from. These are my blueberries, some strawberries, and another blueberry plant. And as y'all can tell, it's a bunch of work that need to be done, but it will not get done this week. I'm going on vacation, so that's why I'm trying to get as much food out the garden as possible. So when I come back, I guess that'll be our next video, y'all. Hope that you all will come back and tune in with me and watch me get this stuff cleaned up, you guys. So yeah, that's it. That is it. This is from the outside. So I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little tour. I hope you guys will come back. I hope you saw something that you like. I hope you have some advice for me. If you are in my zone, please let me know what you're growing for the fall. If you have any recommendations, like I'm open to all criticism, constructive. Yeah, so help me out, you guys. Help me build my community. Yeah, let's be friends. Until then, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, guys.